Good morning, Miss Jonah Burden. Thank you so much for seeing me.
Good morning, Claudia. Thanks so much for coming in. Please have a seat.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to meet with me.
Absolutely. We've been looking forward to learning a little bit more about you. And so I want to go ahead and get started, Claudia, and ask you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right, ma'am. Well, I'm graduating this May with honors from the University of Southern Mississippi with a bachelor's degree in liberal studies and a minor in mathematics. Currently, I work on campus in several capacities, including that of math tutor, student assistant at the library's Think Center, and also as a Southern Connection student leader. My primary field of interest is in classical education, which is a philosophy that passes on 2,500 years of thought to the upcoming generation. And what's so fascinating to me about it is that it believes that education should be more broad than specialized. So you could say one of my best qualities is being curious and knowledgeable about a great many disciplines.
Okay, great. Claudia, tell me a little bit about what motivates you to do your best on the job when you're in any position. What are some of your motivating factors?
Definitely the environment can play a huge role in how I perceive my job performance. If I love who I'm working with, and especially my supervisor, I definitely want to give them my best. But even if it's not the best situation, I try to view work as an exercise of virtue. So it's a way for me to grow as a person, even if it's not my ideal task I'm accomplishing. It's something I'll definitely put full effort into.
Okay, great. What are some of your long-range goals professionally, Claudia? What are some of the things that you're looking to do in your future in your career?
Professionally, I have many different dreams I'm hoping to accomplish in the near future. One of them is to undergo a 3-year-long apprenticeship program in a classical program through the Cersei Institute. So what it is a mentoring where a group of professional teachers will get together and discuss a couple great books over the course of a year, and they'll also meet twice a year to discuss and also perfect their teaching practices. So that is definitely a program I'm interested in. Also, I would like to do a study abroad experience over in Italy through the Society of Classical Learning. It's a summer program where you go for 8 days and with a group of people and also get to explore the site and also read as well. So it has an intellectual and a leisure component as well. So those are a couple of things I have on my agenda in the future.
Okay, great. So Claudia, tell me what's one of your greatest strengths, and then also what's an area that you really want to improve and develop.
Let's see. Starting probably with the area I would like to improve would be being more open to being vulnerable. And what I mean by that is that it's difficult for me sometimes to let others see my work in progress, but I've made an effort in that over the past year, especially this semester, and taking 3 upper-level math classes. You definitely have to go see your professor to get help on the challenging problems. And sometimes it's always difficult because it's hard to let your professor see, like, oh, this is like where I had a mistake, or why was I thinking that? But I realize how much they want to help you succeed, so it makes me more comfortable in bringing them, okay, here's the work I've done so far. How can I improve? So that's definitely something I've been working on improving and have had success in and would like to continue working on improving. As for my greatest strength, I think that is empathizing with other people. I take great pride in trying to be present with whomever I'm with at the moment. Trying to see their point of view, their life experience, their background, because not only does it enrich me, but it also helps me to discover the beauty that's within another person.
Okay. Claudia, I want you to talk to me about a time when you experienced failure. So somehow in your professional life, connected to school, connected to work experiences, an experience that ended in failure and how you were able to manage that.
A time that I failed was the first time I applied for the Southern Connection student leadership team. I mentioned at the beginning of the interview I'm currently serving as a student leader on that team, but this is not the team I'm currently on now is not the team I originally applied to be on the previous year. I was not accepted, which was a disappointment, but my mom gave me a great piece of advice that you have many things going for you, so you just have to take what you're given. So I did. That year I joined the Sigma Mu Math and Science Club. I put full forth into my work and studies, learning as much as I can. That was actually the semester I changed my major, so it was more of a reflective year for me. And by the time that year was up, I applied for the team again and got accepted, and here I am, serving as the student leader today.
Okay, great. Claudia, tell me about your leadership style. You mentioned being a student leader on this leadership team.
Yes.
Talk to me more about what leadership really means to you and how you see yourself as a leader.
I believe the best leaders are servants first. So you may have heard the concept of servant leadership. We actually had a professional development day as part of the Southern Connection team on servant leadership. And that was really helpful for me because it sort of cemented some of the ideas I already had in my mind about what the best leader is putting others before yourself in the pursuit of a greater good. So that is how I approach any task that comes to leadership, whether it's taking on a group project or a work assignment or helping my tutorees to achieve the best they can in their respective classes.
Okay, great. So I want you to talk to me, Claudia, about a goal that you've accomplished, something, no matter how big or small, something that's really been significant to you.
That's a good question. I think one of the biggest goals I accomplished was deciding to take a leap of faith in changing my major, not sure exactly how it turned out in the end. Indeed, it was difficult because I was a top student in my department at that time, and it was kind of strange for me to leave that in order to pursue a different career path, but it was something I really wanted to do. And in the end, it has turned out for the best because now I'm on track to living the life that I dreamed of but didn't think possible 2 years ago. So that, looking back, I was very pleased that I made that decision, even though I wasn't sure in the end how it turned out. But it's something I'm very happy with, and it's made me appreciate education more, and I think it's made me grow as a person. Because now I see the value in what matters, in people, in books, in film, in art, and so many different cultural aspects. So all of it has moved me and changed me and helped me to grow.
Okay, great. So Claudia, out of everyone that's going to be interviewed for this position, I want you to tell me what makes you the best candidate. Why should we hire you? And what makes you the best match?
I believe I bring many important qualities to the table when it comes to this particular position, including that of some of my best qualities: empathizing, being able to work well with others, my leadership style in being a servant first, being organized, able to get the job done when it needs to be done, timeliness, professionalism, punctuality. I think all of these will come into play and help me to be one of the best employees you have.
Okay. All right, Claudia. Well, thank you for sharing that information. Do you have any questions for me at this time?
I do, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
I have a few. My first question is, how would you describe the company culture?
So we have a culture here that is very much focused on support and mentorship. And anyone that's coming into this school in a new position, whether it be with custodial services, with security and safety, with administration, or with teaching staff. We want those folks to have opportunities to see the value of the work that they do. And oftentimes when you have a mentor, that's a great relationship to be able to learn about what you're doing, the significance of it, and how it can connect to other aspects of the organization. So we use mentors as a staple and as a foundation of what it looks like to receive the support here.
All right. My next question is, what have you enjoyed the most about working here yourself?
I think it would probably be that mentorship structure. I have benefited from it, not just in the sake of receiving support, but I've benefited from it from being able to actually serve as a mentor and learning about myself through that process, through that relationship, and also providing someone who's not yet figured out entirely what their path looks like with some real evidence and some real concrete opportunities in terms of what could be pursued. So helping them to be exposed to ideas or possibilities that they may not have come across.
All right, very good. How do you support the professional development of your staff?
So the professional development of our staff is at times an individual effort and at times a collective effort. And we do offer ongoing mentorship, like I've mentioned, for all staff and for teaching staff. Everyone has a mentor. Some are here within the school, some are partners that we work with in the community and beyond. But then in addition to that, we also have monthly professional development sessions, and those are open to everyone. They're not necessarily required for everyone to attend, but they're very strongly encouraged. So again, going back to your first question about the culture of this particular school, we very much encourage people to be invested in their growth.
Yes.
And we don't expect that folks are going to do that entirely on their own. So we provide a monthly opportunity where just by attending and engaging in the session, there is truly some value in terms of the takeaways and in terms of the kind of growth that can take place.
Yes. And what are some of the learning outcomes you have for new employees?
That's a great question.
What would you like to see them accomplish in, say, like a year?
In terms of teaching positions, I think one of the biggest learning outcomes that we would put into place across the board, universally for everyone, is to have a very structured process in terms of reflection and in terms of self-assessment. So learning how to assess their work, not being reliant entirely on their mentor's feedback or on a colleague's feedback, but learning how to have a critical eye and also how to identify the positives and the strong qualities of their own work, and using that self-assessment as yet another vehicle for identifying the needs, identifying the areas that they then in turn might need to go and seek more help or support in.
Very good. Well, those were excellent answers. I suppose my final question is, what is the next step in the hiring process in your time frame?
Sure.
Making your decision.
Sure. So we're looking to conduct second round interviews next week.
Yes.
And then ultimately we are hoping to have someone in the position before the week of May 8th. So we have a pretty fast turnaround time at this point. We have a few more interviews in the first round, and you'll be hearing from us hopefully mid to late next week in terms of scheduling that second interview.
All right. Well, very good. I thank you again for your time. I appreciate our conversation. It was very enriching and enlightening, and I hope it was the same for you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Claudia.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Hope you have a good day.
You too.